I just want to say, look out, Western Conference.
Yeah.
Boy, oh boy. Ish and Stunner got to talking real quick. I said, hold on, let's get there in the hour 2. Yeah. We are here. Boy, oh boy, I'm already excited for October, dog.
Yeah.
Houston, we got a problem. Houston, we got a problem. What you talking about? Yeah. Houston, we got a problem right this time. What you talking about? Just like the strippers in the pandemic. Yeah. KD went to Houston, baby.
KD went to Houston.
You know what I'm talking about.
KD got to work somewhere.
The strippers in the pandemic.
Got to work somewhere, baby.
You got to work somewhere, shawty. But, y'all, reaction to KD in Houston.
Ooh, that's a big gun. That's a big gun they just put on Houston. It's like, especially when you watch them play the Warriors, it's like, man, if they just had one guy that could score, they'd be great. And then you get the greatest scorer in NBA history. And it was like, what'd you lose? Oh, yeah, maybe your worst player in Dylan Brooks. Like okay, like, damn, y'all ain't get Easton, y'all ain't get Jabari. Like, y'all niggas ain't even throw Reed Shepherd in there. Like,
yeah.
That Houston Rockets team is terrifying.
Loaded.
They look like OKC upgraded. They're like OKC
That's
upgraded. Şengün, I don't know if he's better than Chet. He looked like it. KD?
He better than Chet.
KD is just as a bucket. Listen, I love SGA. I don't know if I'd ever put anybody bucket for bucket with Kevin Durant.
No one.
I like Alex Caruso a lot. He is not Amen Thompson.
No, he is not.
Who else? Isaiah Hartenstein, amazing guy. He is not Tyrese.
He's not Steven Adams either.
Listen, that Houston Rockets.
Steven Adams be there next year, though.
Yes, he will. He already
signed.
He already did. I did see that.
Yeah, they're big, they're strong, they're athletic.
Hey, man,
and
Houston, go get Russ too, please.
Just count Russ on the team, right?
Please, go get him. I want him too, gang.
Go get my dog on the team.
Get him.
Let's go out the right way.
Come on now.
The icing on the cake is. They're going to be mean with Ime Udoka. It's going to be no smiles.
Man.
There's going to be no smiles with niggas.
Hey, Houston going to be a motherfucking problem.
Yeah. I think one of the biggest things about this KD trade to the Rockets is Fred VanVleet doesn't have to be the only veteran anymore.
That's a fact.
Fred was the only voice of reason in that locker room, I feel like.
Yeah, with Dylan Brooks and Jalen Green running around.
Come on. Now. If Dylan Brooks is one of your veteran voices, shut up.
Hey, what Draymond say? The dynasty starts after you.
It starts after you. Now, Memphis didn't fulfill that prophecy. But Houston has a chance to. Like, Houston is crazy. Like you said, they kept Jabari. Yep. They kept Tari. Mm-hmm. They kept Reed. And development isn't linear. Like, it's no guarantee that all these players are going to get better or anybody's going to take a leap. But if they do, if Cam Whitmore can become 13 a game on great efficiency and off the bench.
Yeah.
If Reed Shepherd can become the 40% three-point shooter that everybody expects him to be.
And play backup point guard.
Yeah. Man. Mm-hmm. If Amen Thompson takes any type of leap offensively. If Amen Thompson can shoot 75% from the free throw line.
Amen Thompson only got to take a leap. He just got to hop a little bit.
But this is the thing.
Like that nigga so
good,
man.
If Amen Thompson can shoot 75% from the free throw line, he might damn near be an all-star next year.
This is the thing. Because one, he's definitely going to be an all-star next year. But this is going to be why. The leap he has to take now is so much easier than the leap he was going to have to take with Jalen Green.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That court spacing going to look so different.
Yeah. Exactly what I was about
He's going to be cutting. Like, KD's going to be getting double teams. Amen Thompson's jumping into that space. Yes. Like, he's going to get so many greasy points now. Like, oh, my God.
So, I'm just saying that the Rockets are going to the finals next year, bro. I said all that shit about OKC. That's why I was telling y'all to hold on so I didn't have to spoil the surprise. Yeah. Ain't nobody beating them niggas next year unless Victor Wembanyama take the alien leap he can take. I'm not ruling that out. Yeah. I'm not ruling nothing San Antonio is out. While we're on this conversation, let's hold this while I'm saying it. We'll get to it in a second. Giannis is not going to the West. Giannis cannot go to the West anymore with all of these injuries in the East. He has to stay over there. If Giannis does leave Milwaukee, which I think is a great chance he does not do, it will be to the Knicks or the Nets. Giannis is not leaving the East. Adam Silver can't allow it.
I wish the NBA was more like WWE. Like, he should call that nigga like, yo, I need $500 million or I'm going to the West. Like, nigga, you need me out here. Like,
blackball him.
Yeah,
blackball owner. Blackball the commissioner shit. Yeah. But, man. So, why I like Houston so much, it starts with Emmy. Mm-hmm. It starts with IU. I'm all right, not going to say that again. It starts with Udoka. He is going to set the perfect tone.
Yeah.
They're gonna be mean and feisty. Nothing gonna be cute. You gonna walk into Houston and know you just left Houston, and it's not gonna be because of the strippers.
No.
You gonna feel that after the game every single time you leave Houston, man. You're gonna have to go to the strip club to feel better.
Yeah,
so,
that's a fact.
but what really makes them special, and is what makes OKC special, and any team you go down that has ever won a championship, you can play in 3 or 4 different styles and still be an A+ team.
Yeah.
They can have their normal lineup. Their normal starting 5 is going to be Fred, Amon, KD, Jabari, and Şengün.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. You can go big and go Fred, Amon, KD, Şengün, and
Jabari.
Adams, and go big like the 2 big lineup, quote unquote.
No.
You can get bigger.
No. You can get bigger.
You can go Amon 1.
Aiming at the 1.
Yeah, I ain't even thought about that. You can go Amon at the 1, KD at the 2, and KD and Jabari 2 and 3.
Listen, you can legit go Amon 1, KD 2, Eason 3, Jabari 4, Şengün 5.
Yep.
That shit is disgusting.
Dog, they have so many. We can do this for 20 more minutes about the different lineups they can put together. Like, their bench lineup is going to be disgusting defensively. Their starting lineup, their closing lineup. Every lineup is going to have a shot blocker. If you've been watching KD, you know he's a rim protector. If you've been watching KD in Phoenix, he is a rim protector. It's part of the reason Phoenix was so bad because they was asking him to play starting center 60 games out of the year like he's not 36 years old and skinny. So if he has that ability in his bag, him doing that for a full game for 60 games versus 4 minutes in a crucial moment is going to look very different. So if you want to go small because you play in a fast team like Indiana, you can do that with Amon. You can go Amon, Fred, Tariq, KD at the 5, and whoever. Well, you're never going to have Şengün out the game because KD always going to be at the 4, Şengün always going to be at the 5. Right. Like, it's so many different ways they can play. And if you watch them play the Warriors this year like I did, they were a jump shooter away.
They're a bucket away.
They were a bucket away. It was nothing else they needed. They just needed someone to score. They would play amazing defense, and in that time the Warriors weren't scoring, they would score 6 points. Yeah. So the Warriors would go 3-4 minutes without scoring, but you would only make the lead go from 4 to 10 because you can't score either.
Yeah, literally.
So now that when they go through those defensive spells where they just shut your team down, you just throwing it to KD.
Yo, and bro, this is just a more soft skill side of it. All that be physical with KD shit over with. Y'all better not touch that nigga. Y'all better not touch that nigga.
You ain't lying.
It's no more of that late push. That shit PJ Tucker used to do. Listen, Amen Thompson is gonna grab you up. Tari Eason gonna grab you up. Them young. That's why I love this situation for KD. Because he just got to get buckets.
Yeah,
we got defenders, we got facilitators, we got rim protectors. Like, bro, just get your buckets, be a veteran, lead the team. All these other niggas can do all that dirty work.
You ain't even got to be like the LeBron type of leader or the MJ. Or you just got to be a steady voice. Fred is going to be the emotional leader of the team.
Him and Ime, I feel like, are the face of that.
Man.
Yeah.
And
I do have a question about Houston, though. Who do you start at the 4, Jabari or Tari?
I'm starting Tari Eason. Tari Eason and Amen Thompson need to play 35 minutes together every night.
Okay.
I'm starting Tari.
Because I think Jabari and KD. Jabari is KD if you
scale him down.
If he wasn't good.
Yeah. I'm going to say that.
I'm playing.
If you only had a dub, Jabari Smith is KD.
KD costs $1,000, man. Yeah. We got 20.
Yeah, we got 20.
Jabari, come on.
That's what I'm saying. Listen, like you mentioned leaps, fam. If Jabari Smith take a leap,
if he learned anything from Kevin Durant,
bro, they gonna be scary, boy. They are gonna be scary.
And that was my next point: was Amon and Jabari and Tariq, what they get to learn from Kevin Durant, man.
Oh yeah.
What they about to get to learn from KD, just the little nuances of the game that I can't repeat because I don't know because I'm not friends with KD, dog. Like, man, they're gonna grow so much.
Şengün too.
They're gonna, as you just said, that the leap Amon has to take is different because of KD being there. The leap they were going to take now is a quicker leap just because of who's in the building and who can teach them the things they weren't going to be able to taught these next 3 years that were going to take longer to develop through game action and things of that nature. Now, KD is right there to tell him that. I will say my only problem with the trade, and this isn't a problem, this was just something I probably would have done. I would have kept Dillon over Jabari. Because
it starts like that.
I don't love Jabari's game, if I'm being honest. I think he plays slower than his body allows, and his build allows. Like he plays, he tries to play like he's smooth like KD, and he's not. Right. And it's a little too pretty and a little too cute for me. And if you're trying to win now, Dillon was the right move. But I heard from watching all of my shows and everything that this is a report. This isn't something I'm making up. This is a report that the Rockets owners and GMs didn't really want to do this move. It was Udoka who pushed them and was like, nah, we getting KD and we have to do this. Yeah. And that leads me to believe they wanted that young core together, so they wanted to go with the youngest piece that shows you, all right, we needed him to be a superstar. He'll never be that. And then the veteran guy that you can trade, and it was him between him and Fred, and Dillon is the right choice.
Right. Shout out Mike Singletary. But Jalen Green and Dillon Brooks can't win with him.
Can't win with him.
Shouldn't have to.
Jalen Green for sure.
Can't coach with him.
No.
I don't think Dillon. I don't think Dillon
Brooks. Giving Dillon Brooks a little bit too much.
I don't like Dillon Brooks' game, bro. I don't.
He's bad. He's
bad. He's an out of control 3-and-D player.
He's bad.
Hey, man, y'all, this isn't something y'all got to convince me. I'm not going to sit here and argue Dillon Brooks should still be in the Houston Rockets.
I was trying to see if we could get you to say something good.
Nah, y'all good. Like, y'all ain't telling me nothing I don't know.
Dillon Brooks ain't.
That's why it was such a steal, because, like, man, if you could have just released Jalen Green, your team was probably better. Like, you could have just cut that nigga. Y'all was better. You took in arguably your two biggest weaknesses in the core and turned them into Kevin Durant.
Yeah, like, it's amazing. So, what my only point, and why I said in the soliloquy that for this year and for the immediate future, Dillon was better, is simply because of next year, the wing defense would have just been that much better. That's the only reason I'm saying this. It has nothing to do with nothing else other than next year, their wing defense would have been ridiculous if they had Dillon Brooks.
Yeah, I think they got a chance to go to the finals, but it's all up to one.
All right. Y'all get back. Actually, one more question before we go. Not question, just a statement. Boy, oh boy. Houston OKC Western Conference Finals next year.
Listen, Shay don't want
with
that.
Russ back over on Houston.
Shay don't want
with
that.
With Russ in Houston and KD in Houston with boy.
Listen, Daniel, listen. I think you're gonna appreciate this a lot. Because Daniel, you was on the other end of this. Because I picked the Rockets to get to the finals this year. Because I thought they was that good. Like
you did.
Listen, that Steph stopper shit niggas was saying about Amen Thompson, it's gonna spread around next year. It's gonna be he the Shea stopper, he the Cade stopper. Yep. Listen, it's gonna spread around because he don't discriminate.
No, he do.
That boy don't discriminate.
You talking about Amen Thompson, by the way? If y'all ain't pick up,
you know the crazy part about a Houston OKC series, they might put Amen on J-Dub and have him just neutralize him. Shea gonna get his 35.
The Belichick?
Yeah, what Bill did to Julio. Yeah. Shea gonna get his 35. He gonna get niggas in foul.
Yeah.
Put J-Dub. Yeah. I do it again.
Listen, put two bums on Shea.
Do what you was doing the knee stiff to a man Thompson. We dare you to.
That boy scared. Them two niggas are scared.
They're scary.
And also are terrifying.
They're terrifying, bro. I cannot wait, dog. This is an amazing series.
If they
I'm acting like they playing tomorrow.
if they were to have a series next year, and Houston throws Fred on SGA, Tari on SGA, should even give him a couple fouls. Jabari, give him a couple fouls, a little switch.
All right.
5 minutes left in the game, a man go get him.
Right. Because it
doesn't sound like a good time.
I like OKC a lot. There's nobody over there for KD.
Nothing.
It's nobody over there for
Lou
KD.
Dort, please.
Way too short.
And the thing about OKC is, they won the championship. I feel like they have times when they soft.
Yeah.
Houston will not have any times where you be like, damn, do they really want to win this game?
Yeah.
No, you're not going to see too much of that.
Listen, as the only Spurs fan niggas know, I am tuned into the League Pass. I am watching them stinkers. Listen, the Charlotte Spurs game, that niggas not, listen, I'm tuned in. Wemby is already the best defender in NBA history.
No bullshit.
And really sit with that.
I've heard it say this about 10 times in the past 2 years.
And really sit with that.
Bro.
Listen, you're in your mind thinking, like, as soon as I said that, you start thinking of names. You're like Scottie Pippen and Dikembe Mutombo and Draymond Green. Hakeem. Yeah, he's better than all of them already. At their best. Like, the best Draymond Green ever was on defense. Wemby might be 3 times better than that.
That shit is disgusting.
Like,
bro.
the gap between Wemby and everyone else on defense is crazy, and he has a bag of offense. And he's scoring on offense.
All right. The best player in the world is not Victor Wembanyama. Sorry.
No. After next season, he will be.
Oh, I am on board, and in 2 minutes, we're getting to the Spurs in Houston. So save that thought because I have a hot take about that. Kind of to piggyback off of what you said about the dynasty question. But right now, Jokic or SGA, who you going with?
As the best player in the league,
Jokic.
Yeah.
Dyson Daniels.
Best defender in the league, maybe.
Jokic,
Best
man.
perimeter
Jokic,
defender,
man.
maybe.
Jokic is crazy. Everybody know how much I get a lot of flack on Twitter because I love Jokic so much.
You do.
They tell me I love the Europeans. I love Luka too. You know, they're my boys.
Dogs. They're dogs.
They nice. I can't help it.
Yeah.
They are fun to watch.
That they less melanated. I can do that.
Listen, best in the world.
SGA Cole though, man. Shout out SGA.
Listen, SGA Cole, Reggie look away. I don't know if they beat the Mavs. Sorry, I don't think he's better than Luka. I don't think he's better than Luka. No, like pre-trade Mavs.
Okay.
I don't think he's better than Luka. Personally,
I don't either.
I don't think he's better than Jokic. Gun to my head, say, yo, Ish, you got SGA for Game of Your Life. You got Giannis, Game for Your Life. I'm going honest, like
SGA Cole though, man. It's
amazing player.
All right. I will take the other side of this. SGA is the best player in the world. I feel like we made this best player in the world conversation a little bit too complicated because we got league pass now. And see, the thing is, a lot of people don't understand that in the 2010s, ESPN told you who the best 2 players was, and that's all you was going to
They used to do an interview. They'd be like, LeBron, who you think the best player in the world? You'd be like, Kobe. Kobe would be like, yeah, I think it's Bron.
That's what it is, baby. We told you who it was. You can debate that. Mm-hmm. But now we got NBA League Pass, we got Basketball Reference, and we got 99 podcasts and talk shows for you to go watch any opinion you want to be true. Someone is out there saying it.
Exactly.
Right? The best player in the world in 2010, in the 90s, and the 80s, if you averaged 33 a game in a season, then went through the playoffs averaging 30 a game, you were efficient, and your team was the best regular season team, the best team in the playoffs, you won the Western Conference Finals MVP, and you won the Finals MVP, and you beat everybody along the way that they said was better than you were the best player in the world.
I agree.
It wasn't that complicated.
That's a fact.
Now, you want to talk Luka. I think... All right, I'm going to be honest with y'all about something. I think we're in a weird space of the NBA where it's okay to say there's 4 best players in the world.
Okay.
I think Shea deserves to go first. Okay. But the other 3 names, and I'm going to throw the 5th, who I was arguing the last time we did this conversation, and throw Ant-Man in there. Okay. Those 5 guys are the best players in the world to me. Okay. Those are the 5 best players in the world, and any given night, they can look like the best in the world. You can rank them based on how often they look like the best player in the world, but I think at any given moment, those are the 5 guys. This is me knowing Jason Tatum is injured and leaving him off the list.
Okay. That was going to be one of my questions.
SGA, though, I just rattled off everything he did. Now, we go compare him to Jokic. Jokic defensively causes so much harm for the Denver Nuggets. It brings him down. It brings him down on my list because some open shots they get are because he was late on his rotation, or because he missed this, or because he was lazy and he gambled when he should have. Because of the defensive liability of him and Luka Doncic, I am putting SGA over him because he is no defensive liability, and he has proven to be the offensive players they are. It just looks different.
Right.
And so for those of you that are like, well, the assist and the rebounds and all of that offensive package, then none of you should think Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant are better than LeBron James. Because that's all the argument it is for LeBron James is he does everything and they're just scorers, etc. But when you score in the way and you put the pressure on the defense that SGA does, that Kobe, that Mike did, it creates offense just like LeBron running off a pick and roll, just like Luka coming off a pick and roll. Mm-hmm. It creates offense in the same manner. It just manifests itself in different ways and doesn't show up in the stat sheet.
That's great.
So I would argue that although SGA does not average as many as assists as Luka, even though he can, like we saw last night, SGA is as impactful of an offensive player and does create as many shots as Luka and Jokic does. He just manifests himself in different ways. And I saw Giannis as a number 1 seed lose to the A seed Miami Heat when he was by far and away the best player in the series, and you could argue he had the second best player in the series. Whether he did or not, I don't know.
Scared of free throws.
But he was scared of free throws. Yeah. So back to your question about if you had a game for your life, are you going SGA or Giannis? Maybe for the first 35 minutes, I would have said Giannis. But for that fourth quarter, I've seen Giannis not want to touch the ball plenty of times. I've seen Giannis not be able to get a good shot plenty of times. Right. So right now, coming off the championship, conference finals MVP, and the MVP. 3 MVPs in the one season and the scoring title. SGA, the best player in the world, man.
Cold, man.
This would be my retort for a couple of them. First, the SGA defense thing. And I'm glad you brought it up. Because I'm glad they won the championship so we can actually talk about it. The two-way average 30 shit sound great until we get to the NBA Finals and we got to take you off the ball because TJ McConnell was hunting you. There were several games in this series where they were getting hunted and he could not keep anyone in front of him. Is it because Shea's a bad defender? Not close. Is it because Shea's in bad shape and the American system is taking a toll on his body like Luka? No. It's fucking tiring to average 30, 10, and 8 the entire series. Like, I feel like the PR, Luka, and Jokic not as much because being a bad defender at center is much more worse than just being a bad wing defender because no one has, like, what people ask Luka to do, no one has ever done. Right. Ever. There's never been a person in human history to create as much as he's going to create, score as much as he's going to score, and be an A-plus defender on the other side. It's never happened. It will never happen. Because physically, it is too tiring. But to the SGA point of, you averaged 30, he was efficient. Braun, no, he did not.
Against the Warriors in 2016?
That's a series, though. I
thought that's what you're talking about.
Oh, no, I'm talking about, consistent. Consistently because, we've seen Shea lock it up. Mm-hmm. We've seen Shea lock it up, and you can definitely do it in moments, and that's kind of what you want to ask them to do. Mm-hmm. You want to ask them to be great in moments, but fuck, I forgot what I was going to say. What was I saying before that?
You was talking about how you ended with what Luka is doing, no one has to do, and then I said
no, it's okay. So just to continue that train of thought, what you're asking Shea to do has to change because no one's ever going to do it. Oh, I remember now. Boom. So you mentioned Shea, average 30, win the finals, MVP, all of that. In the 90s, you were right. That would make you the best player, face of the league. But the difference is, like you said, we've had 7 different champions. 5 or 6 niggas did that shit the last 5 or 6 years, like you're saying. Giannis, average 30, won the championship. Jokic, average 30, won the championship. Shea, average 30. Tatum was damn near averaging 30. I think what you're saying is right, that it's about 4 or 5 guys you can say is the best in the world. But, and I know Stun is going to piggyback off this, so I'm going to let him finish. I don't think Ant is in that group yet.
Yeah. Not after that Western Conference Finals, Sean. Y'all know Ant my first, second favorite player in the league, but after that Western Conference Finals, you couldn't even get a game off of him. Nah, we can't put him in the best in the world conversations no more.
Shit, that's me.
I disagree with the Ant point. Because
I think Ant has all the talent to be in that conversation.
Okay.
But it's after that Western Conference Finals, though, it was
the last step for Ant, and it's one that you've been waiting for him to. It's kind of funny to see it from the other side because you're how I was with Ant. He's right there.
Yeah.
It's that decision making, play in and play out.
Yeah.
Being able to just manage a game.
Yep.
Because he's at the point where he knows he can get his. Mm-hmm. He's still trying to figure out how can I get Jaden McDaniels his.
Yes.
How can I get these other niggas to keep playing?
That's why they need a point guard who's not 45 years old.
For sure. I've been saying that since we was at Daryl's studio.
That's a fact.
But SGA, why? So the Luka point. The Luka point is the first one I wanted to hit because you keep talking about what they're asking Luka to do is impossible. If you remember, the last time Stunner was on this show, that was part of the reason I was saying SGA, Tatum, and Ant were better than him, was because what Luka was doing, was being asked to do, is not possible to win a championship that way. And from that perspective, I'm like, exactly. That is why I think SGA is better, because he don't have to do as much as Luka, and he doesn't. What he does is as good as what Luka does in a more efficient and more winning sustain, and in a way that sustains winning over a longer period of time. That is my critique about Luka, is his play style is his problem, and no one can seem to change his play style because they have talked about how in the Mavericks organization, Rick Carlisle wanted him to change how he was playing, and